The world is made up of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. These further classify into elements, the elements that we find on a periodic table. Those elements each have their own types of isotopes. If an isotope is unstable, we call that a radioisotope. Throughout this video, we will be focusing on Cobalt-60, which is a type of radioisotope. There are 4 man-made radioisotopes of cobalt: Cobalt-56, Cobalt-57, Cobalt-58, and Cobalt-60, making Cobalt-60 one of them. This is widely used in medical and industrial applications. It can be used in medical applications such as the treatment of malignant tumors with radiation or the treatment of blood, but primarily it is used in cancer radiotherapy. It may also be used to sterilize materials by irradiating them. The percent abundance of Cobalt-60 is 0%, but also take note that Cobalt-59 is a naturally occurring element since its abundance reaches 100%, which makes the rest of the cobalt isotopes man-made. Cobalt-60 loses half of its radioactivity after 5.27 years. This is because its nuclei become stable from the result of the gamma radiation that it emits. In this manner, Cobalt-60 is converted into stable nickel. For over 60 years, Cobalt-60 has been used in the treatment of cancer in a technique known as the gamma knife. The gamma knife was first used in the treatment of brain tumors and vascular malformations in 1967. This radiotherapy method uses the gamma rays released by Cobalt-60, which are extremely effective in transmitting a large dose of radiation to the tumor area, while also protecting the surrounding healthy tissue. 70% of cancer sufferers who require radiotherapy receive radiation from Cobalt-60. Cobalt-60 can be swallowed with food or inhaled by powder, but as soon as it enters the bloodstream, part of it is easily eliminated in the feces, whereas the remaining amount is absorbed into the blood and tissues, mostly the liver, kidneys, and bones. This cobalt is gradually absorbed into the body from the liver, often in the urine. Cobalt-60 is used in large amounts in the sterilization of spices and some other ingredients by a process known as cold pasteurization. The gamma-induced radiation destroys bacteria and other pathogens without causing any changes to the food product or leaving any radioactivity behind during treatment. Cobalt-60 is commonly used in industrial applications including leveling devices and thickness gauges. It can also be used in industrial radiography, which uses radiation to detect structural defects in metal parts without damaging them. Some positive impacts that Cobalt-60 has on the human body, environment, and industrial process include that it kills tumor tissues. It is widely used as a medical and industrial source of radiation. This isotope is also mainly used in radiotherapy for cancer in medical use, and it can also be used to test welds, castings, and a large variety of measurement and test instruments for industrial use. Cobalt-60 is the most common radioactive isotope of cobalt, which is found naturally in a variety of minerals. Too high concentrations of cobalt may damage human health. The external exposure to large sources of Cobalt-60 can result in skin burns, severe radiation sickness, or even death because it decays through gamma radiation. Isotopes are not like ions. The number of electrons differ in ions, but in isotopes only the neutrons change, which cause the change in mass. The protons and electrons are the same, so when talking about things like atomic radius or the electron configuration, it would be the same for the neutral atom and the radioisotope. The electron configuration would be argon 3d7 4s2. The electron affinity would be 63.7 kilojoules. The electron activity would be 1.88 Pauling, and the first ionization energy would be 7.881. And that's all you need to know on Cobalt-60. Thank you for listening.